Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever the time may be, welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you're new here. My name is James, aka Widowed, and this is your aggressively mediocre player's guide to the Dagannoth Kings. We are going to be tri-breeding all three of the kings today. I'll show you how to take down every one of them. If you're only going for Rex, then you should be able to get the information to just take down him as well. But hopefully you'll feel confident to go for all three of the kings after this. As far as recommended stats, I would recommend like base level 70s at the very minimum. The higher you have, the better, obviously. The less damage you're going to take, the more often you're going to hit. It's going to make your life easier. But I wouldn't try this with below 70s personally, unless you already really know what you're doing, in which case you're not going to be watching this video. So, in terms of the setup, we start off with our melee setup on, our tank gear. As tanky as you can get, basically. Extra strength, less important if you have stuff like Barrow's gear. Got the Slayer helmet on because we are on Slayer task, and the Amulet of Fury because I don't have Zenite. So basically, yeah, just your best tank gear. You probably don't have a ring here, so maybe Explorer's ring if you don't have anything better to put in that slot, or just a ring of dueling to teleport out if you want some backup safety. For the invent, I do have my imbued heart. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. You just using that for an extra boost on your magic, like a potion there. We are on Ancients with an Ancient Scepter. So, going to be casting Blood Barrage probably. I'm one level under, but once I boost with the Imbued Heart, that's not a problem. If you don't have the level for Barrage, you can just use Blitz. And we have an Ancient Mace here because we're trying to extend the trip as long as possible. Don't worry about that if you're just trying to come and get a few kills to get the hang of it. This and all the prayer pots, to be honest, are mainly because of extending the trip. You can get away without the Ancient Mace and with just 1 or 2 prayer pots and a super anti-poison if you want to do a short trip. Yeah, and then the 4 potions up top. I don't have super combats because I'm an Iron Man. We got our best range gear. We just have the Ancient Scepter as far as magic gear because Rex is easy as fuck to hit, so you want to wear your full tank gear so you're taking less damage from the adds in the room. And then we will have 4 sharks in the slots here once I have eaten these potions to pre-pot, 4 Karambwans, a super energy pot, pet rock, for rune throne axe, you need these to get in, and your rune pouch with runes to cast blood spells. Alright, that's everything you need to get the journey started. Pre-pot first. Now I'm going to show you how to get there, but it's going to be probably fast forwarded because I don't need to show you how to get to the DK's cave. It can be long and it can be arduous, but Quest Helper shows us, so a lot of people I don't think know that this exists. But if you go to Quest Helper on RuneLite, you can get the route to the Dagannoth King's Cage, and it tells you, I'll move it to a more visible position, it tells you what you need to pray at every step of the journey and how to get all the way through it to the DKs. It never leaves your quest log, so even once you've run to the end of it, it's still going to be there the next time. If you don't know how to get there, just follow this guide, but I will also leave a sped up version of it now for you. And I'll leave the guide on the screen as well. Alright, once you've got here, you can heal up a little with your blood spells if you need to, or you can just AFK for a bit to let your health recharge. I often use this as an opportunity to go for a smoke before ploughing in for a long session in the caves. Make sure to top up your prayer as well, and peek in the crack to see if there are any other adventurers inside. There is both a Slayer cave and a standard cave. You can only use the Slayer one if you are on task, so I guess we'll use it in this case. Because there's someone in the normal cave and I don't want to crash them. I'm a nice person. Don't crash people, it's bad. Just find your own world, that's all I had. Before we head on into the pit, There are a few things to just go over if you've never been into the King's Lair before. There are 3 Dagannoth Kings, 1 for each side of the combat triangle. The one that's usually closest to the entrance is going to be the ranged king. He attacks you with ranged and you attack him with melee, which is why we start with our melee setup already equipped. We'll be trying to kill that one as quickly as we can, because there is a fair chance that the Major Prime is also going to be attacking us as soon as we enter the cave, and he is far more dangerous and can hit far higher than the Ranger, so you always have to have your Prey Mage on whenever Prime is alive if you're anywhere within his radiuses. So the first kill is probably going to be the roughest. We're going to eat a fair bit with it, I imagine, usually about, 5-6 food eaten on this first kill, because we're going to be tanking the Ranger for the entirety of it, effectively. After that, we take down the Major as quick as we can. During this whole process, hopefully, we have avoided the melee Rex. We're just going to keep our distance from him as much as possible until the other 2 are down, and then lure him over to a little safe spot, kill him. Once all 3 are down, you can start a rotation between them in whichever order you like, sorting the timers out so that you've not got too much on you at once. Yeah, that's the basic of it. You get poisoned and you're in there by the ads. They're just constantly going to be hitting you, but there's not much you can do about it aside from have defense stats. So make sure you drink your defense and your combat potions before you go in, and then head on into the lair with your protect from mage up. Okay. So in this instance, actually no one's attacking me. This is great. So just to show for anyone who only wants to kill Rex, if you come in and no one's attacking you like this, you can hug this south wall like all the way around here, and then you can go. Oh, someone's already on Rex. Sorry, my bad, bro. My bad. Oh shit, I feel bad now. Okay, I'm gonna have to leave. Because, yeah, I just crashed that guy by accident. I forgot that there was someone already in the standard cave. But you saw how I got all the way around there then without either of the other 2 kings seeing me. And, yeah, if you're just trying to kill Rex, then that's what you want to do. You just go up and down the ladder with your Prey Mage on until the Ranger and the Mage, Prime and Supreme, are not currently targeting you. And then you hug that south coast all the way around to the lower spot that I just showed you there. Alright, we will be going back in on the Slayer Cave this time. Okay, so Supreme's on me straight away, but Prime is quite far away, which means I can switch to my Protect from range until I see him get closer. His attack is rather long range though, so gotta be careful if he gets anywhere near this area here, switching straight onto the Prey Mage. Until then, we're just going to keep our melee stuff up, and I think that's probably close enough. There it is, he attacks me, see? You get used to the ranges of how close they get before they start to leash to you. Thankfully, he wasn't on me for that long, so we've barely had to eat at all to kill the Supreme, and the Supreme is now down. We can turn off our Piety, switch to our range setup, make sure we're topped up, range potted, and then start attacking Dagannoth Prime. Most important thing is making sure that you never are under fire from this guy without your Protect from magic on. If you're comfortable with flicking, you can to extend your trip, and you're going to get poisoned, at which point you can use Sanfew Serum or Super Anti-Poison, depending on what you have available, to cure it and carry on with your day. And I have all 3 of these tags so I can see the respawn timers on the map where they spawn. Got those both done now, don't have to worry about that. Rex is right there, just sitting waiting for us, so we're going to tap him with our magic, and then run over to the lower spot that I have marked down here. Am I on the wrong one again? Okay, I'm going to head out of this cave, because I accidentally went in the wrong one again. What the hell am I doing? Jesus. Alright, well, I'm an absolute idiot. I've crashed that guy twice now. I don't trust myself to click the button for Slayer Cave, so I'm just going to hop to a completely empty world. Okay, no adventurers, let's go! Hopefully I haven't spent too many supplies now. That'll do me. Okay, so here we've got 2 honors. It's kind of what we expect. I'm going to just stock up again. all the fuckeries from earlier. Oh no, if Rex gets on us as well, that's bad. Okay, we avoided Rex. Hopefully we kill Supreme fairly easily. Don't come one step closer, you bastard. Okay, so we're just going to de-leash by going up here. I'm going to heal while I'm up here. Guess I need to give them a few seconds to move around inside the cave anyway. Okay. Try again. Alright. Not really a fan of Supreme's position there. It's a bit too close to Rex, but yeah, it's not gonna work. Rex shouldn't be able to get to us from there. He doesn't usually wander over this far unless you leash him over here. Okay, on to the next one. At this point, you shouldn't really be taking too much damage, because Rex is overdoing his own thing. We're praying against Prime. Like, the only damage we can take is from the Spinalops, and it should be negligible. Once we kill Prime, and we go to kill Rex without stealing it from some guy, this time, we'll be healing back up with our blood spells on Rex, so. Melee the Ranger, Range the Major, Mage the Melee is our rotation here. Rex can hit pretty hard as well, so you don't usually want to tank from him unless you have to. However, at this stage, when I'm luring him over to the safe spot, I know that I'm going to be healing up from killing him anyway, so I can afford to just tank one hit to make sure I get him into the correct spot there. Yeah, if you want to mark these, this is my face north, zoomed in. It's like this bottom corner. I know some guides make it difficult to see the ladders over there, so if you're facing north, this is where I say spot him. That other guy was stood over here, apparently that's a spot too. There's probably other ones, but this is where I do it because it's safe, far away from either of the other two. Like, neither of the other two could ever get you if you stood here unless someone drags them over to you. I did end up spending a lot of prayer just on those first couple of attempts, going in and out while I was trying not to BM the other guy. Hopefully you still have a lot more prayer left at this point, but you can always flick to conserve it. Because Prime is about to spawn, I'm going to kill Prime next instead of killing Supreme, like we did the first time. Prime being the Major. That's because we're ranging Prime and we melee Supreme, so it's a lot easier to kill Prime without Supreme noticing us than it is to kill Supreme without Prime noticing us. So we sort of do a reverse rotation through them. We go Supreme, Prime, Rex, Prime, Supreme, Rex, and then carry on in that circuit. Alright, hopefully you have enough time to deal with Supreme before Rex comes back up. If it's close, just try and make sure you're on the far side so that Rex is less likely to get on you. Oh, and if you did bring an Ancient Mace, you want to use it on the Spinalops to restore your prayer whenever your spec is up with the spec. That's what we brought it for. That's pretty much it, though. That's how you kill DKs. If this happens, then you probably want to pray melee on, because it's easier to tank the ranged hits than it is the melee. And then, as soon as Supreme is down, you can start leashing Rex over into the safe spot again. You gotta wait for him to get to about there-ish before you move, otherwise he'll miss the little crack that he gets locked on here. I think it's because, like, his true tile is, like, this tile here. So, he can't, like, because this isn't a full tile, he can't move through it. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all there is to this one. You can pretty much stay down here as long as your supplies will allow you to, and that can be quite a while. I was originally hoping to finish off my Slayer task in this trip after the guide, but with the shenanigans of accidentally crashed that guy, I'm probably not going to be able to I've wasted too much, I think. We'll see if I can do it. If you have any questions about the DKs, if there's anything unclear to you or that you would just like clarification on, please do feel free to leave them in the comments. And if this guide helped you, I'd love to hear about that too. It's always nice to know when I am being of value to the community. I think that's going to be about all for this one though. I am going to carry on the rest of my trip here at the DKs, see if I can't find myself an archer's ring. It's the only one I need now to finish here. I need the axe as well still, the dragon axe, but archer's ring, dragon axe, and then we're done with DKs on this account for me. As always, look after yourself, be lovely to one another, and I will see you on the next one.